Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Paddy from across the shuck, and it's knives, gear, and tips. Just a little bit of a Saturday ramble. I'm going to focus on Rough Rider today, which is, which I really feel as if I'm overdue. But I just wanted to show something simple. When I first started making videos, I got all sorts of gear to mount my phone, all different objects, and these expandable stands and all that. But nothing ever suited until I got this. This was my, I'd never seen anybody else do this, so I'm sure somebody has, because there's nothing new. I've got a little small vise. This is just one of them little cheap ones you buy off Amazon. A little vise. I have one of these. I used to have a lot of these old sticks to walk about with. You can expand it. You can bring it back down again. You can tilt it. You can take all sorts of videos, but the nice thing about it is that under here, there's nothing. I can slip in underneath in my chair, and then all I've got to do is very simple. I lift this up, I put this in here, tilt it up, and there we go. That's my videoing desk done and dusted. And I just find it's so simple. I don't have to do any thinking at all. It just goes in there, and it costs a couple of pounds to put together. And it's the best I find, because both my hands are free. I have nothing in the way here. I know I'm not having to knock things, although I can still manage that. But I just thought, if you'd like to say that was something, that's what I do to make my videos. And if you're sitting out there and you want to make YouTube videos, this is a great way to do it at home. Try it. Set something up simple like this. I mean, if you've got a vise, whatever, But these, honestly, they're a few pound. Set it up and make videos and see what you think. That's what I done. I made a few videos just to see what it was like, played it back to myself, see what I could do better. Just try it. And then join YouTube. The more the merrier. Get on there and join in. It's a great way. It's a great hobby. And it's a hobby that I have not had to spend a lot of money at, other than simple little things. So, Saturday Ramble, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to catch up on a couple of things that I sort of missed out in the recent ones. What is this? I done a sharpening video and my gear that I use for sharpening. Stones, strops, all that sort of thing. It's only a few videos back. Go back and watch it if you'd like to. I think it's worthwhile watching, because I picked companies that I'm not sponsored by, never have been. And it's the gear that I buy to do my own with that I can totally recommend. Sharpal is one of the best out there at the moment for knife gear, for sharpening gear. So, I forgot about this boy. This boy I've been using for years. I think it's my second one, and it is getting pretty near. You can't really see that. It doesn't come up, but yeah, you can sort of see it there. It is now wearing down pretty thin. This is just the Victorinox sharpener. Super little thing. You take the top off, pull this out, put it in here, and then you sharpen your knife. You literally, if you want to bring an edge back, it's not going to be the best in the world. It's not going to give a mirror edge, but it's a fine stone, so it's not going to do it any damage. But it will if you've been using a knife and the edge is starting to come over. This just takes it away. It's dead simple. Just run your knife down. Great way to learn how to keep your hand still when you're doing freehand sharpening. Just a super way of doing it. You can see it starting to come off. It'll take little bits of the blade off, but it's very simple. Great thing to have in your pocket, especially if you are a traditional knife, folks. It's not so good on the higher end steels, but if you like the basic steels like I do, and most of the time I'm carrying that, you can stick this in your pocket, in your jacket pocket. You can throw it in with your bag, whatever you carry with you. Super simple, about 20 quid, super value. The Victorinox sharpener. Absolutely, it sits over here, and I'll take it out when I'm going out. If I've got, like, say, I'm carrying Rough Riders for the day, or my, my Arthur Wrights. This is the new one from that Michael designed, lamb's foot. Beautiful little knife. It sharpens this perfectly. And when I say it doesn't give a great edge, it gives a flipping good enough edge to cut anything. So, I mean, you can use it on any of your non-powdered metal steels. Super little tool. Please check that out. Any of the stores sell that. And I've just got this out now. This is another thing. People are always wanting a desk knife, and I always look for a desk knife. This is the one that I've had for a long time now. I love it. This is from San Remo, but they also make them for Boker. The exact same knife, it'll just have Boker on it. Sanremo make them for Boker. It's in 12C27, great little steel for opening envelopes, cutting the boxes up. I really had to clean this up because it was disgusting, and I've just noticed I didn't really make the best job of it. But I've had this for quite a while. Super little article. But the best thing about this little article is on the other side, and this is a proper multi-tool. It's got a blade and it's got a decent pair of scissors. And I just want to show you, people keep saying Victorinox make the best scissors. They make really good scissors. And these are really good scissors from Sanremo. This is thin receipt paper. Behind the camera here. It is fantastic. And when you can do thin stuff like that, it makes such a difference. I love this. Paracord the lot. It just cuts through with ease. And highly recommended. This one's called The Partner. It's Sanremo. I can't remember where I got it. But Boker make one exactly the same. Super little, slim, very comfortable to use, but just great to sit at your desk, and my choice for a desk knife. At the moment, that changes all the time with me. Oil in the joints. We all need all the joints of our knives, and what it means that every couple of months, just stick a little dab in the corner here, a little dab in the other side of it, and then open your blade up, work it in, and it keeps your blade running smoothly, and you don't get them judders. It just works properly. And I was buying the high-end stuff for years, which is about a tenner odd a bottle. This is Twisted Assisted. I think this is a £5 a bottle. I can't remember. But go onto the Twisted Assisted website, and they have these on there. It's got that lovely little tiny little spout, so you don't need anything with it. You just buy this. I think they're about 10 mil that's in them, but it's just absolutely fine. I couldn't tell you what's in it, to be honest with you. I don't even know anymore if it matters, but this is food safe. So again, you're not going to worry if it's a knife you're going to be used for eating your dinner, and it's just super. It's just knife oil, absolutely super. I'm halfway through that wee bottle already, but I bought a couple just because while you're there, why not? And it sits up on my little desk over here. Now, the main part of today is that I got a new Rough Rider. And this year, this is going to be my 6th Rough Rider I bought this year. Because if you go back to the channel, I had a lot of Rough Riders. I gathered them up for years because it was a great way to get into traditional knives. And I used that avenue. And I bought a lot of Rough Riders to find out what I liked, what I didn't like. And what the strange thing out of all of that I found out very early that Rough Riders are flipping brilliant. They're for value for money. A knife that over here, it's a bit dear over here, £20 to £25, you'll buy nearly every Rough Rider that's out there. You know, each, I should say. But I mean, they come under £20 as well for some of them. But they're just such fantastic value. And to let you see whether you're going to like carrying a traditional knife, a traditionally made knife. And these are all pin construction. I mean, they really are genuine. Although this one isn't. This is a modern take on a traditional pattern. And I just think this was fabulous. It was 20 odd pound. No idea, about £23. They're actually out of stock on Heine, which is where I got them. But I know they'll have them back in again. And there's other places sell Rough Riders. Check yours out. This is the RR2677. And it's a modern slip joint. Look, it's got a clip on it, which I think is a great idea because some people like clipping their knives to their pocket. This is a gun stock pattern. There you go. I think this is G10, maybe a cheaper version of it. I don't know. It's all screwed construction. Pivot as well, so you can tighten it down if it was to loosen. The fit and finish in this is, for that price range, is super. Right down the middle with a blade. This is a flow-through nail nick, if you like. There's that gun stock pattern, as you can see. They have stone washed and blackened that blade, acid washed the blade, I should say. So you can work away with that, and you're not going to get any. You're not going to be able to tell if you've cut anything or not, because it just covers a multitude of sins. I actually really like this. There's been a couple of knives now that have done it, and originally I said, no, I'm not going to have anything to do with that. But I thought this is one way to try it. And it's lovely lock up, half stop, Great finish, down to right up the hey diddle diddle in 440A, I believe, because it doesn't say it on the blade or anything. But I think it's super. Look at the grind on that. Rough Rider always tend to get a good grind on their knives, and it's only a matter of a quick sharpen, and this is an absolute fantastic little work knife. I just think it's super, and especially a teenage boy, a young girl wanting to start. I'm an adult, so obviously it goes for us. Great clip, deep carry pocket clip, super, absolutely super. Great retention on that clip too, good strong clip. It's not just a throw-on bit of metal. That is a good tension clip, and I did carry it for a couple of days during the week there, and absolutely, what a fantastic bargain. It is different. It's not a traditional, but it is in that shape. Really is one of the nicest spears that I've seen on a cheaper blade. Look at that beautiful point in that spear. Just, it's nearly perfect as a spear goes in my eyes. That is a perfect spear. Beautiful. Beautiful little knife. So I highly recommend that. But what I want to do on Saturday is to show you the other Rough Riders that I've bought this year. And again, to somebody who's maybe just coming around, and if you're here still, please like and subscribe and comment if you can. Hit that other button. There's another button you have to hit. I haven't a clue what they just bring new things out all the time. But liking and subscribing just really helps my channel, because I'm not on the payroll of YouTube. I don't get any funds from them anymore. It's a couple of years now since I've done that. I stopped that because I don't like as many adverts and videos, so that it's sort of, it would have been rude of me to keep that up. So you'll get less videos on this channel because I don't get funded by YouTube. So here's the Rough Riders that I bought this year. And I started with this little beauty. This is in the Appaloosa bone. It's an easy open jackknife. It's another beautiful spear. Look at that. What a lovely spear. A little bit lower of a tip, so a bit easier for getting down to something. This is what I don't like. I think this is bloody ridiculous. If they take that off, I think it would look a much better knife. But they do that all the time. It's not a particularly thin behind the edge knife. This is more a robust working knife. I love the Appaloosa bone, the easy. I mean, look how clean and all that is. I mean, that Rough Rider just knock it out of the park. And again, these knives, £20, whatever they are, somewhere around that. It's not going to be that much higher or lower. Just a super knife, really good in hand, full 4 fingers, just a great working blade. So really pleased with that this year. And that started me off because I'd sold an awful lot of mine, or give them away. And it's a great knife to give away when somebody pops around the house. I enjoy that. The next one is this. I can't remember. I think somebody actually gave this to me. Might even have been Matt. I haven't a clue. It's just a beautiful little Rough Rider Stockman. You've got that thin blade. Nice. A lot of people love this blade. Wouldn't be my favourite blade, but it's a £20 knife. I'm going to get 3 blades. They're 440A, which is a great stainless steel. Lower end of the market, yeah, but it still works. It takes an edge incredibly easy. So you have that. Then you have the, oh, let me see. That lovely little sheep's foot. I think that is absolute. Look at the swedge on that. What a beautiful little swedge to put in a knife. Again, lovely big nail neck, easy to get into, as I showed badly. And then the last thing you get on it is the spay. Little small spay, just a super little knife for taking wee knickknacks, cutting wee things off tags or whatever. Super little knife. Takes a lovely edge on it. And again, all fitted in beautifully. Fit and finish all round. Absolutely super. So, I mean, oh, it really is just a joy to have these, to own them, because for the price you pay, it's just for nothing. Then next is so far is one of my favourite Rough Rider knives that they've ever produced. This is in the cinnamon stag bone, but it's in carbon steel, and it's got a bit of a hollow grind. It's thin behind the edge to do anything in my day. This is just beautifully done, lined and pinch bolsters. Lovely bit of just imitation stag, and it looks really good. Really, really good. Again, another great effort from Rough Rider this year. And these ones are going to stay for a while, definitely. So when I got that one, I thought, because the carbon steel on them is very good. I thought I'll have to go for another one, so I went with the Rough Rider Whittler, and that is just an over-exaggerated pin there, but it doesn't really matter. Nail nick there. Beautiful. Quite thin behind the edge, I'll have to say. Like a little hollow, but it's quite thin behind the edge. Great little... This is the work knife. This takes the biggest lot of the bulk off when you're whittling. So it's super. And then it has two gorgeous little pen blades for your more detailed work. And it means you've got two blades the same, that one goes dull, you're straight onto the other one, and it's exactly the same. I find that quite... I mean, I would love nearly all of them to have two of the same blade. If you're going to pick a blade, pick a different one from what's the main blade, and two ones that you need a point with. And that's my favourite whittling knife. I also like a coping blade. If I had two coping blades, I'd be over the moon. But this, again, that cinnamon stag bone, line bolster, pinched, both ends. Just a fantastic piece of work. Look at the fit and finish. This is the split back. So you have your stainless steel liners, and down the centre you can see this is the brass bit. Starts off thick up here and comes down thin at the bottom. And that splits. So this main blade, if you look at it here, it has the two thicker bits of liner, comes together for this one blade, and then the bottom two are just on single blades, which is split across. They're narrower, thinner, don't need to be a strong, smaller blade. So a real super knife, highly recommend. And please, any of these knives, I totally recommend them. Give them a go. If you haven't tried a Rough Rider, please do. This is the genuine gateway into modern or into traditional slip joints. And then my mate Mikey gave me that. I'd been looking for, I had one years ago. This is the old horseshoe shield that used to be on. You got the Rough Rider there and the horseshoe line, not pinched, lovely rounded bolsters in white bone, which is beautiful. And some of this dye is where you put oils in the top, but this has got a lovely just depth to it. It has the lovely little clip point. Beautiful, nice size nail nick. Just a super value little knife. Great little. And then you have a pen blade there as well. What a super, super, super little knife. Can't recommend it if you can get, and you can get these again now. I think Heine has some at the minute, but go check them out. So this led, the video was led by this today. This is a fun, I think this is a young boy, great young boy's knife, because with that clip, it's not going to fall out of their pockets or jump out when they're running about or whatever. I just think it's super. But I enjoyed using it, I'll have to say. Fantastic blade, hollow grind in it as well, so it's nice and thin as a cutter. Super. And that G10, nicely configured, so it gives you a good grip. There you go, that's Saturday's tip, tricks and knives. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you next week if I find something to talk about. If not, it'll be the week after. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Love from Paddy. Bye.